The streets of Lagos sleep unevenly, from the distant hum of okadas on a Awolowo road to the barking of restless dogs. The city is alive but indifferent. Rain drips off a rusted zinc roof nearby, gathering in potholes like small mirrors. Camera tracks with her feet on hot tar, bare, swollen, trembling, each step louder in her ears than the thunder overhead. Her name is Amara, though few call her that. To most, she's just the poor maid from mile 12, who carries loads of yam on her head for women who barely thank her. Tonight she's doubled over with labor pains, her wrapper damp, her breath shallow. In her palm, she clutches a small red bracelet, the only thing her late mother left her. She reaches the towering black gate of a mansion, its golden crest glinting under the streetlight. A mansion she scrubbed from the outside, watching drivers glide past without a glance. She collapses at its foot. Her cry pierces the still night. A child coming, but no mat, no midwife, no mercy. Cut to. Inside the compound, a party swells. Laughter, clinking glasses, high-life music. Men in Agbada toast to deals and destiny. The walls keep wealth in and pain out. Outside, Amara's scream cracks the divide. A guard storms forward, torchlight stabbing the dark. Who is this? Move away. You cannot dirty this place. But she cannot move. Her water breaks, streaming across the tiled entrance. She gasps, whispering to the bracelet, "Mama, don't let me die here." Camera pushes in, her face lit only by the torch's beam. The contrast is brutal. One world feasting, another world breaking open. As thunder rolls, her voice fades into the night. And we ask ourselves, will the gate open? Will the child be welcomed into light or swallowed by shadows? The sun over Lagos doesn't rise softly. It burns its way into the sky. Heat climbs before the day even begins, bouncing off tin roofs and yellow buses packed too full. At mile 12 market, smells crash into each other. Ripe plantains, dried fish, diesel smoke, and sweat. Amara moves through it like a shadow. A wooden tray balanced on her head, stacked with tomatoes she does not own. Her wrapper is faded blue, her slippers thin as paper. Her eyes, though, are sharp, not dull, not beaten, only carrying a kind of quiet determination, as if every coin she earns has a purpose beyond herself. "Amara!" a woman shouts, pointing at a sack of onions. "Carry this to the junction, quick!" She bends, lifts. The weight nearly folds her, but she steadies, adjusts the sack, and begins the trek. Camera tracks her weaving through a crowd, Okada horns blaring, hawkers yelling, pure water, boys chasing after danfos for last seats, a group of girls her age, market helpers like her, though cleaner, their heads wrapped in bright scarves, and notice her sweat. One sneers, "See her, poor maid, always smelling of kerosene." The others laugh, covering their noses theatrically. Amara lowers her eyes but does not answer. She carries on, each step like a vow not to break. At the junction, the woman gives her 20 naira, barely enough for bread. Still, Amara bows slightly. "Thank you, Ma." Her home is not much. A single room behind a mechanic workshop. Corrugated iron walls and a wooden door that doesn't lock. Inside, a mat, a plastic bucket, 2 plates, and a photo of her late mother pinned with a rusted nail. She sits on the floor, unwrapping a kara bought with her 20 naira. She eats slowly, dividing it as if for 2. Her hand rests on her belly. 7 months pregnant. Nobody knows who the father is. Nobody cares. In mile 12, stories spread, but truth is washed away in gossip like chalk and rain. "Even if nobody sees me," she whispers to the photo, "God sees." Her voice is steady, but her eyes water. She works again into evening, carrying loads for strangers until her back aches. The city shifts color, shopkeepers lighting lanterns, suya smoke drifting up, danfo conductors shouting Oshodi, Ojuelegba, Ikoyi. The music of hustling fills the air. A little boy tugs at her wrapper. "Auntie, buy groundnut." She pats her belly, smiles. "Not today, my son, tomorrow." The boy nods and runs off. As she walks home, she pauses beneath a mango tree outside the market. The branches stretch wide, leaves whispering in the evening wind. This is where her mother once told her, "Every fruit begins small. Amara, wait, and your season will come." She touches the bark gently, almost as if the tree itself remembers her. Then she ties her mother's red bracelet tighter around her wrist. Camera holds on the bracelet as danfos roar past, drowning her in dust. Men laugh loudly, drinking burukutu. A radio crackles high-life music. From her room, Amara hears their voices. "Now that poor maid again. Who go marry her like this? Carrie Bell, no husband, no family. The laughter stings, but she lies on her mat, rubbing her belly. The child kicks and strong. She whispers, "My little one." They may laugh, but one day you will stand taller than all their words. Her eyes close and the night swallows her. The market wakes before the sun. Lanterns flicker like tired fireflies. Women spread pepper on mats, shouting prices before dawn fully breaks. Amara, already carrying a tray of okra, blends into the blur of early trade. She stops at Mama and Nkechi's stall. The older woman, her head tied in a loose scarf, watches Amara with pity. "My daughter," she says, "you work like 10 people. Don't you ever rest?" Amara smiles faintly. "Rest doesn't buy Gary, Mama." Mama Nkechi presses a small plantain into her hand. "Take, eat before you faint." Amara hesitates, then accepts. She whispers, "Thank you, Ma." It is the first gift she's received in weeks. Camera closes on her fingers, brushing the red bracelet as she pockets the plantain. A private vow echoing in her chest. "Someday, I will repay kindness like this." Amara fights for space in the crowd at Oshodi. She squeezes into a danfo, her tray balanced, belly straining against her wrapper. The conductor shouts, "Enter with your change, oh! No time, no wahala." The bus jerks forward. A well-dressed woman beside her shifts uncomfortably. "Don't touch me with that load," the woman snaps. Amara lowers her head, whispers, "Sorry, Ma." But the tray wobbles and tomatoes spill onto the bus floor. Laughter erupts. "See this poor maid." Someone mocks. "She went sell soup for free." She bends quickly, gathering tomatoes, cheeks hot with shame. The bus jolts again, tossing one tomato under a man's polished shoe. He crushes it without care. She presses the bruised fruit to her chest, eyes burning but dry. By the time she returns the tray, her back feels broken. She sits briefly by a roadside kiosk sipping sachet water. Across the street, an SUV glides past, black-tinted windows, horn clearing the road. People step aside automatically. Amara watches silently, her reflection rippling in the glass of a puddle. She does not know it yet, but the world inside that SUV will soon collide with hers. For now, she only whispers to her belly, "One day, my child, maybe you will ride in such a car." Back at her room, children chase each other between rusted engines. The mechanic apprentices whistle at her as she passes. "Fine girl." Give a small smile. She ignores them, clutching her wrapper tighter. Inside, she lights a stub of candle. The walls glow faintly. She takes out an old school badge from a cracked tin, faded, rusting at the edges. It bears her name, Amara Chukwu. She rubs it gently, whispering, "I could have been someone, Mama. But here I am." The badge lies beside the red bracelet. One a memory of education lost, the other of love unbroken. The market is quiet now. Amara sits under the wide mango tree again, her body tired but her mind restless. A small child from the market approaches, carrying roasted corn. "Auntie Amara, Mama say make you chop." She smiles weakly, breaks the corn in half and gives a piece back. "Share so it's sweet more." The boy grins, his teeth white against the dark, and runs off. Amara leans her head against the tree's trunk. "If this tree can stand storms and still give fruit," she whispers, "maybe I can too." Above, the branches sway gently. The bracelet glints faintly in the moonlight. Beyond the market's dust and noise, the skyline glitters. Towers in Victoria Island, neon lights on Ikoyi bridges. Two worlds so close they touch, yet so far they never meet. But soon, by fate's rough hand, those worlds will crash at one gate. The sun is merciless. Heat bounces off the Danfo buses lined up, their yellow paint flaking, horns blaring without end. Hawkers wave sachet water at sweating passengers. Amara balances another heavy load of peppers on her head, crossing the chaotic road. A Kekanapep swerves too close. The driver shouts, "Move, poor maid." "Do you want to die?" The peppers nearly spill, but Amara steadies them, heart pounding. Around her, people laugh. She whispers to her belly, "Don't worry, my child. I will carry you safely too." A group of traders gather, gossiping loudly. One points as Amara walks by. "See her carrying another man's shame." Another laughs. "Who will marry a girl like that? She will die with her poverty." Their words cut sharper than knives, but Amara keeps walking. She focuses on a sound, the faint rustle of the red bracelet against her skin. It steadies her like her mother's unseen hand. Amara ducks into a small food shed. The smell of stew and fried fish clings to the air. She wipes sweat from her face, then shyly asks, "Auntie, can I wash plates for you?" Auntie Margaret, a stern woman with kind eyes, nods. Wash well and I'll give you rice. Amara plunges her hands into greasy water, scrubbing until her fingers wrinkle. She doesn't complain. She doesn't know how. When she's done, Auntie Margaret slides her a plate of rice. More generous than expected. Amara bows, murmuring, "Thank you." She eats quickly, hiding her hunger, then saves half in a leaf wrapper for later. She walks home along the crowded bridge. Beneath, traffic crawls. Keek horns mixing with street preachers shouting, "Repent now." Beggars stretch out hands, some blind, some with crutches. She feels the weight of her child inside her. A reminder she could easily be among them. Suddenly, a sleek convoy of black SUVs sweeps past, sirens clearing the road. The wind from their speed blows dust into her face. She coughs, eyes watering. Children nearby cheer. "Big man Don pass." Amara pauses, staring after the convoy until it vanishes. Her voice is quiet. "One day, my child, we will not only watch cars pass, we will ride." Candlelight flickers weakly. She sits cross-legged, mending her wrapper with thread pulled from old cloth. The school badge rests beside her, faded letters catching light. She whispers to the badge, "If I had stayed in school, maybe things would be different. Maybe I would be wearing fine uniform, sitting in office, not here." The baby kicks suddenly. She laughs softly through tears. All right, I hear you. Your life will be better than mine. I promise." Her voice cracks but holds firm. Amara sits again under the mango tree, eating the leftover rice from Auntie Margaret. Around her, the market has gone silent. Only distant music drifting from a bar. She closes her eyes, listening to the leaves whisper above. In her mind, she hears her mother's voice. "Amara, when life gives you nothing, give it your dignity." She touches the red bracelet. A vow swelling inside. No matter how poor, she will not beg for pity. Far away, the city glitters. Towers rise, glass and steel glowing against the dark. Inside those towers, the rich feast. Outside, under a mango tree, a pregnant maid finishes cold rice with bare fingers. The morning explodes with sound. Traders shout over one another. Danfo conductors slap their buses, and the air thickens with smoke from roasted yam. Amara threads through it all, a tray of bananas on her head. A boy no more than 12 points at her swollen belly. "See, Maid, way to carry bell." "Na customer give you Laughter ripples through the crowd. Even grown men join in. Amara lowers her head, keeps walking. But the sting lingers. A kind voice stops her, an old man selling cola nuts. His eyes soften as he presses a nut into her palm. "Don't mind them, my daughter. Every child is a blessing." Her eyes glisten. She bows. "Thank you, Baba." The red bracelet glints as she clutches the cola nut like treasure. Heat shimmers on the tar. Amara balances a sack of cassava, sweat pouring into her eyes. Suddenly, a Danfo swerves too close. She stumbles, nearly falling. A young banker in a starched shirt steadies her load briefly. For a moment, kindness. Then he notices her belly and frowns. "Ah, sorry, carry your wahala carefully next time." He strides off. The moment closes. Amara breathes, whispering to her belly, "We will walk careful. We must." Noise fills the yard, metal clanging, apprentices shouting. Amara bends over a basin, washing clothes. The women nearby gossip loudly. That Amara she will suffer until she dies. No husband, no father for her child. Another adds. And yet she still walks with her head high. Poverty with pride. Amara doesn't respond. She squeezes water from her wrapper, hangs it carefully, and hums softly. A tune her mother once sang while pounding yam. Her voice is low but steady, shielding her heart. She rests beneath the mango tree again. The branches spread wide, leaves rustling. She pulls out her faded school badge and studies it. "Chukwu Amara," it reads faintly. She whispers, "I once dreamed of being a teacher, of standing in front of children, chalk in hand. But now, who will listen to me?" Her unborn child kicks, strong and insistent. She presses her hand against her belly. You will listen. You will learn. I will find a way." The red bracelet slides against her wrist, glowing faintly in the dying light. A wide shot. Neon signs glitter in Victoria Island. Ferries cross the lagoon with lights shimmering. Wealth hums on one side, hunger hums on the other. Amara walks home through the mechanic yard. Men laugh, drink, slap dominoes on wooden tables. Someone calls out, "Maid! Don't drop your baby here, nobody will carry it." Laughter erupts. She walks past in silence, head lifted, not giving them the satisfaction of her tears. Inside her room, candlelight flickers. She places the cola nut and her badge beside her mother's photo. Small tokens, but in her world they are anchors. She whispers to the photo, "Mama, I will not give up. Even if nobody sees me, I still have a heart." The candle gutters. Darkness folds around her. The rain is heavier now, pounding on tin rooftops, sliding down the black iron gate where Amara lies half-conscious. Her newborn child's cry is weak, fading into the storm. The guards pace nervously. One mutters, "We must clear her away." Olga cannot see this embarrassment. Another lifts his baton, about to shove her. But headlights slice through the rain, sharp, white, unyielding. Camera tilts up. A convoy of black SUVs turns the corner. Engines humming like thunder made of steel. Their tinted windows glow faintly from inside. The road clears instantly, even Okadas scatter. The guards stiffen. "Olga, Dawn, come." The SUVs glide to a stop. Doors open in practice sequence. Men in dark suits step out, scanning the street. Then from the largest SUV, a figure emerges. Mr. Obi Okafor, CEO of Okafor Holdings, one of Lagos' most powerful men. Tall, broad-shouldered, a presence that bends the air around him. His agbada is white, untouched by the rain, as though even the storm hesitates to touch him. Neighbors and bystanders bow their heads instinctively. Whispers ripple. That is him. The billionaire. The one with banks, oil, even politicians in his pocket. Mr. Obi strides forward, eyes narrowing at the scene. A poor maid collapsed. Baby crying. Guards fumbling. What is this? His voice is calm, but it carries weight like a gavel. The senior guard stammers, "Sir, she is a market girl. She gave birth here, sir. We were about to clear." "Clear?" Obi cuts him off sharply. Rain drips from his jawline as he steps closer. He crouches, looking at the woman and the tiny child. Amara's eyes flutter open. For a moment, her vision is blurred. She sees only a tall shadow bending over her, haloed by headlights. Then she whispers weakly, "Please, don't let my baby die." Her hand trembles as she lifts it. On her wrist, the red bracelet. Camera closes tight, water running over the bracelet's worn beads. Obi freezes. His face changes. What was annoyance becomes recognition, then something deeper and shock. He reaches out slowly, almost reverently, touching the bracelet with his fingers. His voice lowers to a whisper, words more to himself than anyone else. How do you have this?" The guards glance at each other, confused. By now, neighbors have gathered at a distance, murmuring, peering from under umbrellas and shop awnings. Word spreads like fire. The CEO himself has stopped for a maid. A market woman gasps. Look how he is touching her hand. What is going on? Children cling to their mothers, wide-eyed. In the storm, it feels like something beyond ordinary. Wealth or poverty is happening, like the air itself is waiting for an answer. Amara tries to speak, her lips trembling. "It was my mother's. She told me never to lose it." The baby cries louder, a fragile sound fighting against the storm. Obi lifts the child gently. Rainwater glistens on his agbada, but he does not flinch. He looks at the bracelet again, then at Amara. His voice is steady now, but laced with something raw. "I knew the woman who wore this once. Long ago." Amara's eyes widen, confusion mixing with exhaustion. "You knew my mother?"